And now my Sona's gone. I'm not winning today. Let's see. Can I have my Sona back, please? Please? May I have my Sona back? I am not allowed to win today. There we go. Alright, I'm back. I'm sorry about that, guys. Like, when I shut down OBS, it did not want to reopen. It was super fun. Alright. Hi, Posy! Welcome in. Welcome in. Okay. I will give you guys the 10 extra minutes on today's stream to make up for. Hey, Kaz! Welcome in. Sorry, I was having some technical difficulties. Welcome back in, Pax. Everything should be good now. Music should be able to play. Microphone's working. OBS was just being mean. What can you do? Now, oh man, I would have been so mad if I had managed to get the VTuber model to work and like try to like talk to you guys and everything start crashing. I would have been really upset about that, but you know, the VTuber model just didn't want to work, so guess I'm just doing this now. That's okay though. But hey guys, welcome in, get cozy. We're just gonna be working on some Pride art. I'm just kind of going through and finishing outlining, then going to import this into their background that I spent way too freaking long on that background. I could have just done a simple color background, but no, that's not what I did. So yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Luckily the background's generally done. I don't want to say it's done because I'm sure I'll want to go in and like tweak things, but okay, let's see. Continuation of what Pax was saying. So yeah, the gym glue, I realized I added way too many rhinestones and you could imagine the chaos. Ooh, yeah. Again, if you didn't use acetone, I usually recommend acetone when it comes to sticky items. You just have to be careful you don't do a ton of it so it doesn't eat everything, especially paint. But usually acetone is really good for getting off like glue that is really pesky, as someone who has glued their hand completely shut with super glue before. Not my brightest, wisest time. I lost count. No worries. Okay. I used acetone, but my poor sensitive nose is burning. Yes, acetone does, you know, it is a very potent chemical, so yeah, I can imagine. And it's not like it just pops right off with the acetone, but like, you know, it helps. Now, are you using nail polish remover or just pure acetone? Both can work, but like, I usually use just pure acetone. Like, I have a whole bottle of acetone. Pure acetone, let's go. That's the way to do it. Alrighty, happy Sunday to everyone. How are we today? What are we up to? How was your weekend? I geeked out pretty much when they announced Resident Evil Code Veronica, so I'm very happy. I'm very happy. We'll see. I'm very excited. To no one's surprise, but like, I'm excited. Okay, UG for a moment. I need to turn you layer off. So then I can get Doofus. Nope. Let's see. Yuriksaw says, I was at my sister's birthday party. I'm dead now. Well, let's put a rose on Yurixaw's coffin as we lower them into the grave, and we understand the exhaustion of the social battery. Hopefully you had a good time at the party, but again, I do absolutely understand. My social battery gets depleted fairly quickly with my own family. I'm pretty much in a family of extroverts. It's tiring. Kat says, quite good. Movie theater was fun, and then hanging out with a pal at a Pride event at a club was so much fun. I'm exhausted now. Yeah! More tired social batteries on Sunday. No, I'm glad you had a really good time. From what we talked about, you seeing the movie, and I didn't realize you went to a club party. A pride party at a club. God, Jax, you need coffee. I haven't really had coffee. I've just mainly been drinking water lately. It's probably better for me, but I do miss coffee. Just haven't had a craving for it. Lamau, I got hit in the head with a ball and almost ripped my earring. Ow, ow. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. My sister was in softball, so like I completely understand almost being hit in the head with a ball like multiple times. I don't really wear earrings, but I do like, oh man, I always wonder and worry about people that do, and like, you know, any kind of sport ball of sorts, even a golf ball can do damage. But I'm glad it didn't, and I'm glad you can rest now in your coffin. Sounds like a lovely time. I wish coffins were like comfy. They always look like they're gonna be comfy, but I mean, I guess they wouldn't be because you're dead. No, ow! Both Kaz and Pax respond on Twitch. I may change his shoe design later. Nice thing is they're generally covered. I don't think it's till later his shoes change. Honestly, it's when his outfit changes. But for now, we stick with this one. Even though we all love the bomber jacket. But he doesn't have the bomber jacket. He has to earn the bomber jacket. We can turn his sketch off. As you guys can see, I've just been kind of picking away at these in my own time. Okay, clear. So, just been having a good old time. And like always, if you are new here, if you are, you know, been a consistent follower and such, this is the Heroes of Tomorrow, a comic series that I am in the works of making. We have a pilot that's kind of in production right now. Want to try to get it out this year, but we shall see how that goes, just because things happen. But if you have questions about the series, questions about the characters, I am more than willing to answer most of the things. If I can't, I will say redacted. However, I also like to hear about your guys' stories. I love hearing about your OCs, whether they're involved in the thought world or not. I love hearing about the ideas that you have coming up. I love hearing about things that you guys are looking forward to in your own lives. So please, come chat with me. This is just to help me keep on board and make sure I am on top of my tasks, because I tend to get distracted and we'll just kind of sit there talking or like staring off into space or watching Resident Evil for the 100th time and realize I didn't draw anything. So this is kind of my tactic to get myself to draw, you know? is the peer pressure of everyone's watching. You don't do it. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But I like hanging out with you guys. I think it's fun. I'm glad my cough is, for the most part, gone because I get to be able to have these streams again. So yay! Let's see. Pax over on Twitch says, also, I'm getting a sewing room soon. I'm so tired of sewing on my bed or the floor and losing needles and getting paint everywhere. Why are you doing it in the bed? Why? You be sleeping on the needles at that way. Don't. No. Don't do that. That stresses me out. That stresses me out, Pax. I'm glad you're getting a sewing room, but my God. Even when I didn't have a sewing room, I would like sit on the floor, a tile or something. I'd be in the middle of the walkway, away from people, not on my bed. Do it in the driveway. I did it in the driveway. That's you're wow. Okay, I'm not gonna judge anymore, but like, that stresses me out, man. Rhea says, your cough is gone. For the most part, it is gone. I just have to make sure I consistently am drinking water. So that's why I'm not really drinking like a lot of teas and coffees, which again is probably for the best for me. I do miss them, but I also don't crave them as much anymore. So I guess it's good all around. Flappy says, well, I got no notification. Well, yeah, I'm sorry about that. My computer needed to be restarted because OBS was just throwing a little hissy fit and yada yada yada. But welcome in, welcome in. Now we work on Yoko. Let's get a little bit more flirty eyes. So instead of it being an overlash, it's an underlash. McBling Diva. She really is. Hi, Scumbius. How are you? I like your little icon. Hello. Pax. Oh yeah, you said you didn't have anywhere else. I'm telling you, like, go to the garage or something. I know it's hot, but like, don't be sleeping on the needles. You're really pulling like a Princess of the Pea, but opposite. We love Yoko. I have this habit to where I try to fill in things that like I ink black just immediately, and sometimes when I'm coloring things I don't want them to do that in case I want like the color to be changed a little bit due to like background colors and such. So I have a habit where I'll go in there like size hair or something. Yuji's lashes, I already did it too, so I might as well do it to Yoko's, I guess. I just have a habit. I'll always do it under their necks when I give them the black shadow under the neck. I will always do that and have that inked. Doesn't matter what it is in. Let's see. Rhea says my tech is also being a jerk. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Restarts usually help. Scumbius says, I'm okay, thank you. Oh, I love that little emote too. Very, very cute. But welcome in, welcome in. Glad you are doing well. Flappy says, my favorite thought character looks at smudged writing. Yogurt. Oh my god. Have you been talking to Sai? I swear that's a Sai move. Pack says, my garage is actually super small and completely filled with storage and my brother's car. Really glad I'm moving soon. Makes sense. You should like climb inside the car and just sew in there. I'm joking. Don't do that. Don't hang out in cars in a garage. That's dangerous. Yeah, pat, pat, pat. But like I said earlier, you guys can ask me questions about the characters. You can tell me about your own characters. Tell me about your own life going on. I love hearing it all. I am just kind of here to try and get my drawing done, but I love chatting with you guys, and I love that you guys are keeping me entertained. She doesn't blush, but shut up. She gets this. She deserves this. She doesn't blush, but shut up. She gets it. She deserves it. And then one day I'll have my VTuber thing working, and I'll get my actual PNGTUBER in, and then I'll have both of those to jump back and forth between. Till then, yeah, I'm doing what I can. Also, update for Tuesday. Allie will be joining us, and possibly Fishy. It just kind of depends on her work schedule and if she can get home in time. Let's see. Yuri Sauce says, I keep thinking about Sai and Dante's outfit on Halloween. Yes, Sai very much has a Dante vibe to him. I know people are asking about like, who is the most Leon. And Sai's a little bit of Leon, but he's definitely a lot more Dante-esque. So when I wanted to do the Capcom Halloween art, I definitely had to put him in Dante's attire. I thought it was very fitting. All of the characters were kind of fitting based on, like, Capcom stuff. I think the one that cracks me up is putting Reggie, the big lizard, in Regina from Dino Crisis. Because I think I'm funny. Let's see. Scumbia says, my OC is a god of chaos who made a fake goddess and became the pope of his own creation. That is chaotic. That's awesome. I love that, actually. That's really fun. That, like, yeah, no, that is chaotic. You know, that's on brand. That seems very on brand. That's awesome. So, is the fake goddess, like, go and grab some random girl off the street and tell her, hey, act as this goddess? Or is it she's behind this curtain, one day she'll come out, and she's like never there, she's like a broom or something in the closet? Eureka says, I don't call myself a hero, but your mom does. Don't give him that power. But that's a very true line for Sai. But don't give him that power. So funny. You guys are so funny. I'm glad I can actually laugh again and not just be wheezing like the little penguin from Toy Story 2. I guess my 5G doesn't want me to heat anything. What? What does that mean? Hold up, like your 5G phone, and what are you cooking with it? Scumbia says, no, he made her, gave her the power to bend reality to her will, and brainwashed her to believe she made him. Oh, devious. That's fun. That's fun. Alright, Flaffy. Catch you on Discord. Eureka says, sorry, I just watched Devil May Cry on Netflix. Oh, is it any good? I have not seen it yet. Been meaning to. Dante is very fun. I played back on like 1 through 3. Tried to play 4 and I kind of dropped out after like the announcement of 5. But glad to see it's still going. If only they just made Resident Evil an anime. I'm just saying. I'm not jealous at all. I mean, they do give us CG movies, but like, it'd be kind of cool to have an anime. Though they'll like throw Leon in it, and I'm like, I like Leon, I do, but I'd like to see some of the other characters do things without Leon. Yoko is always fun to do. Problem is I tend to draw her with a little bit rounder of a face, and she does have a round-ish face, but it's more like oval round than it is like circle round. So I'm always like having to pull her face down and readjust. It's always something I gotta work on. There we go. I am happy to be drawing them again, even though it is Pride art, but nothing wrong with the Pride art. Definitely having fun with it. Though some of the other pieces are a little bit spicier, and I'm still trying to decide if I want to post them publicly or if they'll be locked behind Patreon or something. They're not super spicy. I think they're pretty tame, but I think they're pretty tame, but some people think they're spicy. So we'll see. Can't really draw those on here though. I mean, I could. They're not that bad. They're really not. I just know, pretty sure people are gonna lose their mind over it. Maybe I'm overthinking it. All 3 people are gonna lose their mind. Nah, there's a lot more of you. What a bad day to be poor. Most likely it'll be free because I don't really have anything for my Patreon, and I feel bad about having my Patreon right now just because I don't have consistent artwork to put up there. And I should, I just don't. Scumbia says, I'm making a new character since I became a femboy. Ooh, that sounds fun. I hope you have fun with it. And then next year I'll probably do the antagonist, Pride art. Well, some of the antagonists. I'm not doing all of them because I would never get anything done since most of the characters are like antagonists. What a neutral day to be poor, Scumbia says. Gaz with the what a good day to be poor. Oh my god, you guys. I need to like screenshot that or something. That's funny. Let's screenshot that. That's funny. You guys are funny. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, on Tuesday, Allie will be joining, who is one of Thought's writers. Hopefully we can get Fishy to join as well, who is the other Thought writer. And just kind of have them in here. You guys get to watch them bully me, as we do. And then probably try to talk and answer about some questions and everything if you guys have interest. And if not, too bad. tail wag. I love lining. It's very soothing. Like, it shuts off my brain, though, when I'm lining. I mean, I think that's, like, with any kind of art, but with lining, I'm just, like, so soothed and drawing, and I'm just like, yeah, I just want to do that. So I have to, like, remember to tell myself to talk. Of course, I just hit my damn screen with my water bottle. Too bad. Why never? Urixos says, I love you guys. Yeah, I love you guys too. Pax says, I showed my friend a work in progress of Isaac and Axel I'm working on. And she was like, oh, Isaac deserves so much better. Yeah, little does everyone know the actual reason why Axel broke up with him. I mean, what? Didn't say anything. Must have been the wind. It's always fun when you get to have knowledge that other people don't have on your characters or your friends' characters. And you can't say anything. You can't do anything. You just have to sit there and sweat. Or smile. Either or. It's pretty fun. Let's see her arm. Okay. Like adding an arm, yeah, a line. I have to like figure out what to make today for dinner. Our deep freeze broke about 2 weeks ago and haven't gotten a new one. And everything I had in there stored for making Sunday dinners are all gone. So that's really tiring. Scumbia says, I draw pixel art, so I don't really do any lining. Ooh, but pixel art is like a whole process in itself. So that's really impressive. I've only done like a few things of pixel art, and it's tiring. It's very tiring. There's a lot of labor that goes into it. So, like, that's super impressive that you do that. But yeah, you're right. You wouldn't really have lining in that. You can, but you really don't. Pack says, I know something you don't. Compression is hard. Yeah. I'd imagine, especially with, like, how much websites go and compress artwork. I can't imagine what it does to the pixel art. You think it would leave it alone? Pax says, oof, I should probably order in a bit. I'm starving. Can't figure out what I'm gonna eat. I'm craving everything. Yeah, those days are tough where you're hungry for everything, or even the days where you're like, I don't want anything. I want nothing. So I wish you luck on that. Hopefully you can find something that is affordable and tasty. Scumbia says, draw these enemies in a 1616 block. No, that sounds so stressful. I don't know how I would be able to do that. Like, I already add in, like, way too much detail for things. Yeah, I don't. It's crazy. Pixel art is a whole nother art form. That is for sure. The concept art is so intricate. So you make are you using like concept art from like other projects that you were trying to make creatures from, or are you using it from like your own concept art and then trying to make them into pixels? Ah, the ads. Okay, I need to make that thinner. She has the snatched waistline of a crushed can. I turn them into game assets. Other people give me 2D enemy concepts. Oh wow. Okay, so one of your clients gave you a very intricate enemy, and you gotta do it in 16 by 16. That's impressive. That's crazy. I'm sure it's gonna look amazing though. Eureka, want a break from the ads? God, if Sai said that, I'd punch him. I'd punch him so hard. Shove him in a locker. I love him dearly. I do. Eddie does such a great job at just being sarcastic brat. I adore Eddie. I really do. But I wanna shove Sai in a locker. Scumbia says, happens all the time, not a one-time thing. Understandable. Eureka, it's not funny anymore. Oh, Scumbius, you help indie devs make games. Oh, okay, my apologies. That is really, really awesome. Can I ask what games you've worked on that are not breaching your NDA? Nope, still not snatched enough. I think it's that one. I have to remember, it's like Miss Incredible length of snatched to hip ratio. Alright, thanks for hanging out, Scumbius. It was nice chatting with you. So trying to make it work. Lots of little things to do, including at work. I'm very, very tired, but what can you do but just keep working, right? Hopefully I can get the pilot out this year, have it just keep going smoothly, but some minor things keep happening, but that is okay. We will get there eventually, one way or another. This thing is snatched 3 times. Yeah, and I'm still like not super content with it. I think it's just this angle that's throwing me for a loop, because sometimes I can do it, but for some reason this angle I'm just like, eh. Yoko, the woman you are. The woman she is and deserves to be. Kind of hoping I can finish like this image for this week. That'd be nice. I got the UG one done, so that was nice. But it would be nice to get this one done this week, so then I can work on the other ones. Oh shoot, I need to draw Rufus's jacket. Bring back up Rufus. Oop. Who else but her? It's not even a jacket, just his overshirt. Because I wanted to show some things off. And unfortunately his shirt wouldn't allow that, so I had to remove the shirt. This man having cargo pant pockets on his sleeves he can't even reach. You'll make solo art with all main 4 characters, I mean the main 4. Yes, they will each have solo art for Pride Month. Yuji already got hers. You can go see that one. Welcome back, Scumbius. You can see Yuji's one up. And then we have this one, and then Sai, Rufus, and Yoko will be having individual ones, but they are a little bit more spicy. Again, they're not like, oh my god, straight up NSFW, right? But they are their own category. So yeah. But I gotta get through this piece first. And luckily the only thing I have left on this piece is drawing the characters, or drawing the characters, what are you talking about, Jax? Of coloring the characters after I am done, you know, lining them. even though Sai is a straight ally, he does have his own piece because a lot of the women he is with are of various, you know, alliances in the Pride community. So, but I wanted to show off a little bit, not by much, just a little bit of the love interest each character kind of gets. And you guys will see when I have it ready. Okay. Looking at Musey. Yeah. Musey is definitely one of the more frequent ladies that Sai is involved with. But the image will focus mainly on these characters. Thought I saw something. Yes, I did. It's gonna be minuscule. That was it. Art, everybody. Okay, back to Yoko. Boop. Drop that one onto him. Need to fix that. But overall, having fun. I'm enjoying working on this piece. The background was a bit. It took me mainly yesterday to work on it, I guess. There's still parts of it I'm not thrilled with, but I'm not really a background artist. That's why I hire background artists for a lot of stuff, but I still try to go in there and do pieces when I can. We have some amazing background concepts in the work by Grace and Sabrina. They're doing a great job. Grace has been designing Sirwasa itself while Grace has been helping design Sirwasa itself while Sabrina is helping with Lunas, trying to get some of those designs down. But more of like the Abel household for the comic. So very, very fortunate to be working with such incredible people. And I wish I could be working on the comic, but again, I still need to get it read over, make sure everything's going well for it. Hold on. It was too long. And I'm not sure why she would need a little powder puff and some concealer, but she deserves it. Is Sai close enough to Mukta to know that he is bi? I think it's one of those, he just kind of already knows that his brother is bi. Just because I don't think there was like any reason for Mukta to hide that he was bi. There was nothing wrong with him, you know, having interest in men or non-binaries or like trans. Like there was nothing wrong with him having interest in like anybody. This world doesn't, there's not really, in this world with all these alien forms and everything, there's not really a problem with liking people of like same species, non-binary, trans, etc., etc. There's nothing really wrong with that. So, but if you're thinking in the light of like, well, then why didn't he just go with Matthias? Why did he go with Candy? And that is a, Mukta did it because Matthias is a nobody. Matthias is a nobody that if he, and his secretary, which is going to be a problem in itself because that is a power thing, even though Matthias is the one that wanted to get involved in the first place. But with Candy, who is an activist, Candy, who is saving these little creatures, these plush loos, and trying to house the homeless and try to get them up off their feet to help them, you know, get back into the world. That looks a lot better on a tabloid that keeps screaming that you are a despicable, vile person, that's a liar and hates the homeless. So why not be engaged to a activist? And it doesn't help, or it doesn't hurt that she's, you know, really cute too. So it's just his is a what looks best for the tabloids kind of thing. But he does have interest, like being, you know, bisexual and such. No, it's not so much he's hiding his orientation. He's hiding his affairs. And it's not that like him having affairs in relationships. He didn't have any relationships. He was just going from person to person. Well, as a mayor, you can't really do that because that's a scandal in itself. Because that's what people care about, is like, who's he with? Who's he in bed with now? And so it's a scandal that he is trying to cover his trail on. But you were perfectly fine. I was alluding to it last time. But yeah, no, Sai's like, go get it. But like, you're still an asshole and I hate you. They do not get along. At least not anymore. The only species that were kind of weird about, oh, look at that cute little tail chase. The only like species in the world that is kind of weird about you know, orientation and everything, like sexual and romantic orientation, are, drumroll everybody, the humans. The humans are the only ones that seem to care about that stuff. But humans are not around anymore, so like, no one really talks about it. How many, Mukta? You're not better than your brother? No. Those two are they're tarts. They do be thoughts. I hope I don't get dinged for that. And I mean by the heroes of tomorrow. Yeah. But yeah, the humans are the ones that are like, oh my god, you're queer? That's weird. Like, aliens look at them and go, why are you making a big deal? It's not something that, who cares? Who cares? So, I like all the little dancing emotes. Not. But again, humans don't really get a say in this world anymore, so. Not the name of the series joke. Look. Let me have it. That's all I got in my series, man. That's all I've got. Let me have it. It's worse when I'll be in calls with people and they'll be like, okay, so I had a thought and I really so badly every time want to go, yeah, me too. And I have to be careful. I have to just not. Yep. Absolutely scumbious. That's not right. Furry pair. That is a furry pair. Interesting. Really fun emojis you got there. Mukta smoking behind the session. What's that? I don't know what that is. I hate my life. we have an emote of him smoking to where he kind of has a side stare, but he has more of the I hate my life emote of him drinking coffee. Let me see if I can pull that up. That one's really funny to me. Where is it? Is it in the Chibis? Where is it? Oh, I'm just gonna click open this one. Yeah, so that one of him with the coffee. I had a smoking one. Thought I did. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Cute little emotes. Oh god, what is that? Oh, That sure is a face. I like the wings, but that sure is a face. He's just floating. Oh no, there's more of them. No. They be duping. I hope not. Because that means they're breeding. No. Oops, I meant parliament. Yeah. I thought it sounded the same in my language and in English. No worries, no worries. Yeah, no, he definitely would be not exactly the happiest of guys, though he has to act like it. But him and Sai are very, very similar in a lot of things, and of course it kind of also lines back to how similar they are to their father, Soren, who is a terrible dude. Those are very cute emotes. Hi 44 Games, welcome in. We're just kind of having a relaxing day today as I work on some Pride art. I know usually Sundays I am working on comic stuff, but we have some of that stuff stuck in limbo. So I will not be working on that at the moment. But welcome in. How are you? Doing good. That's great to hear. And like always, if you want to tell me about how your day is going, you want to tell me about your own characters, you want to ask me questions about the Heroes of Tomorrow and my characters and my process on the story, please go ahead. I love hearing from you guys. I'm just kind of here drawing, just trying to get through things, and your guys' company is really amazing to have. Tell me what inspires you. Heck, tell me what you have planned for the week, or what you want to do this upcoming weekend. asks, what's with the black stuff on Mukta's face and stomach? Was he born with it, or is it some kind of implant? So Mukta is a bit of a germaphobe. In a sense, not completely, but in a sense, he's a bit of a germaphobe, and so parts of his body are covered. There's a lot of redacted reasons as well that I cannot go into detail on, but there is a reason why he has these implants on him. Because they will go completely up his arms, to his face and down like his back. Cass says, trying to think of a pride concept, drawing for Tyrone. I don't know why it's so hard. Oh, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. Scumbius, I have college work due tomorrow. Oh no. Well, I hope you can get it done. It's always tough. Hi Sonia, welcome in over on YouTube. Kaz, why don't you draw him with a significant other, like having a cute little date or something from the past or something, like, I don't know, date night. Make them go to the movies, make them hold hands, make them do something cute. I don't know. Have their tails wrap around each other. I don't know. They're cute. They're cute. I love them. What kind of college work is it that you got due? Thank you. You're so right. Scobius, written. That's always fun. I would put a lot of those off. Usually wrote like a few hours before it was due, but it's all good. You got this. Mustache? Sonia, hooray for the new stream. I love your stream. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad to be back at it. Again, I wasn't expecting to have gotten really sick from the bacterial infection in my blood, but I am all good now, recovered from the cough, recovered from that. Most of my cough is gone. Occasionally it creeps back up, but I've just been drinking water to try and keep it. Oh, I have to draw a mustache. Right. Okay. Hold on. Has to go on a new layer. Right, I forgot that was one of the things. It has to stay on there for the rest of the stream now. Even when I transfer her over, it has to stay there for the rest of the stream. I forgot that was an achievement thing. Thank you so much for redeeming the I mustache you. Doesn't she look fabulous? Mustache. She looks fabulous, everybody. Thank you again for redeeming it over on Twitter. Or Twitch. I swear, I have a brain. So yeah, this, as the rules are, is some of the redeems things we have in there, like if I draw like horns on them, I guess, and like a mustache, these have to stay on for the rest of the stream. They will be removed on the eventual post, but it has to stay for the rest of the stream. So, she looks wonderful. I have to go like look back at like what I have for being redeemed and such. It's been a while since I made those. I think that was like the first one I've ever had redeemed. Let's see. What do we have? I'm gonna go check. And that one was redeemed. Cool. Sonia over on YouTube says, I really like watching you draw. Thank you. I found that it was really soothing to watch like a lot of other people draw, and I wanted to do something similar. Because again, I like watching people play games and I like watching them draw. So I thought, you know, what better way than to let me draw for my series, since I can't always produce things. But this way you guys can see that I am still working on things and I haven't just forgotten this project. It's just, I have this habit of putting lots of irons in the fire. And then I have to wait much longer for things to come out. But thank you very much for the compliment. Thank you for the hearts. I actually don't like that. I'll just leave it like that. And like always, if you have questions about the characters, questions for me as a creator, you just want to tell me about your own characters, please. I want to hear about it, guys. I really do. Keeps the conversation going. And I like seeing, you know, what you guys are into. Heck, tell me some inspirations that you guys have for your own characters. What were some of your favorite shows, games, books, etc.? Because I love seeing what really drives people, you know, to create things. I know for me it was obviously Resident Evil, Batman Beyond, and The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. Along with like many other various things, but those are just a few of the things. Did I draw this on a separate layer? What did I draw on it? Oh, it's her mustache, that's why. Her lovely, lovely mustache. Let's see. Kaz over on Twitch says, if I were to PO any of the characters off, what can I buy or cook to get them back on their good side? If you PO'd Rufus, it wouldn't really take much. You just kind of say you're sorry, and he would immediately forgive you. Even if you don't mean it, he will forgive you. Yuji will be very, very salty and want to avoid you. You will have to like build up trust with her again. Sai Sai's an interesting one. You could bribe him and lots of money, of course. But he's just gonna steal it out of your wallet anyways. But I guess if you got him like some Monet petals or some alcohol, and you just kind of liquor him up, he'll be good in spirits. Yoko, you need to Yoko, you need to pretty much just praise her and treat her like a goddess, and she'll probably forgive you. Reggie is not as forgiving. Reggie is very, very, very spiteful and not as forgiving. Lynn, you're dead. Blyde, you're dead. Candy would want to talk it out over tea and cookies. She wouldn't want you to get her anything. She would just like you to sit down and just kind of have some tea and cookies with her so you can talk it out. With a queen. Yeah. I know I skipped a lot. Ren, you have to earn the trust back. Just like Yuji. Sonia says, can I ask which fandom do you like? I'm honestly not in any real fandom. Like, I love Resident Evil, but I really don't hang out in the fandom because fandoms get a little crazy for me. And I'm just kind of, I like something and it's okay if someone else doesn't like it or like the parts that I like about it because I still like it. And that's okay that they don't like it. And I go and mind my own business. So I'm kind of in that boat, Sonia over on YouTube. Oh, thank you, Dip. That's really cute. I like the little sound of Happy Pride, Happy Pride. Oh, hey! What's up? How are you? Oh, God, I'm trying to place the name. Mais Josu. I'm trying to place the name. Why? Oh, no. My brain. Platinum! Platinum! I knew it. I freaking knew it. I was like, oh, I knew it. How are you? How are you? I need to, like, write that down. I'm really bad. It's like the whole thing of, like, Mulan trying to read the cheat sheet, but I need that with, like, names. But hi, Platinum, how are you? I'm so excited for Code Veronica. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. Speaking of fandoms. But how are you, Platinum? I need to drink some water. Okay. We can turn her sketch off. She looks beautiful in the mustache. Thank you again. Lulu Yum. I'm not sure I know what that is. But yeah, no, I love Resident Evil. It's just there's some parts of it that get like really crazy and hectic. And I just don't like being in those parts. Not fun for anybody. You're fine? That's good. Yeah, happy with yesterday's announcement. Kinda sad it's not the OG opening, but I know that they're just kind of like retelling everything. So we'll see how it goes, but I am very, very excited. They better keep like the kind of campiness of it. I don't want like the full campiness. Maybe I do. I don't know. I'm just still happy for it. I just now have to wait till 2027. But it's always good seeing you. Are you still on the mobile game, or how's that go? I have no idea. I haven't checked in since I kind of put it down. I heard they got voice acting for it. I was like, that's cool, I guess. Yeah, well, the, Sonia over on YouTube says, but I love yours anyways, thought. Yeah, thank you so much, Sonia. Yeah, Platinum, I agree. I hope they don't do what they did with 3 to where it just felt like a DLC and they crammed everything together and, like, cut everything out. But what happened with that one was they handed it off to a third-party studio, and they didn't give them everything, and they gave them a really short deadline with that one. I believe the same studio who worked on 4 is working on Code Veronica, which is the main Capcom studio, not a third party that they got overseas like they did with 3. That's what I heard, at least. So, fingers crossed. And maybe one day they'll remake 3, right? Okie-dokie. So we have a cast. Let's grab Sai first. Let's paste Sai. Next. Fingers crossed the main studio develops Veronica. I think they are. Just because they don't have any other games in the works. Because the reason why they went off to like a third studio for 3 was because they were trying to get 8. They were trying to get 8 out, and the main studio was preoccupied with 8. So hopefully, fingers crossed, because that one really tanked, unfortunately. And it's not a terrible game, but it's definitely not 3, and it should have just been a DLC, if anything. Platinum says, yeah, I'm still playing the game, yes. Last week they added Jake, Sherry, and Piers. Is it? Wait. Okay, I'm glad they added them, but like, isn't this supposed to be in 98? Like, I get they added some of the other stuff, and I went, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. Okay. That's funny. That's funny. That's cool, though. I am happy they brought back, like, Sherry's voice actress from 6, because I thought she did a great job, even though I didn't like 6. Nope. Yoko, and then Yoko's mustache. But yeah, very excited for it. And her mustache, that was... Okay. And paste. It's back. There we go. Yuji happens to go on top, though, since she overlaps. Let's see, kind of pinkish, so I know what I'm looking at. I also don't really like 6, but it's also one of the 2 co-op games it has. Ada's run was awful. I didn't like Pierce so much, but I shipped Jake and Sherry together. Child would be something interesting to see. Yeah. The thing is, like, I like the beginning of Leon's campaign in 6, where you got, like, the zombies and you're going through the school and you got, like, all the zombies in the city. I really like that. But, like, they still fumble it. They still start to fumble it as it goes on, unfortunately. Jake and Sherry, I think, were a great duo with each other. And I really liked the instance where they meet up and pair up or team up with, like, Leon for a moment. And you can see Leon's going into dad mode. He's going into dad mode over Sherry, just like, wait a minute. And I think it's adorable. But yeah, Jake and Sherry are great. So I was really happy to see Sherry again. I've always been a fan of Sherry since the OG. But Sonia over on YouTube says, I just adore you. Thank you so much. You're very, very sweet. I really appreciate it. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of going in here and I'm just kind of slapping some basic colors. So 1, I can see where my outline is, and 2, I can start picking colors to get them to match better in this world. Yes, I could give them their OG palette, but they would kind of be very contrasting to it when I want them to feel like they are in this setting. So I'm going through and I'm doing a very messy finding their outline and filling it in, because I don't want to spend a lot of time trying to do that. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, we've had some storms like hitting over here, so hopefully it doesn't hit my power. I forgot to add on the extra Pride accessories to Rufus and Yoko. That is an easy add-on later. Okay, so we have the characters in here. And so now I'm just going to start kind of picking colors and trying to get them to fit better in this world. Who do we start with? Start with Sai, since he's all the way over here. And I think it would just be best if I just grabbed him first, since he's furthest away and he's got like a little bit more intense lighting on him. Go in here. I'm gonna play with some of these colors and see what I can do. They just have to go with black on that, and that's fine. always tough when you have drawings that are smaller. So some things get like a little bit messier. I can also draw art by thought when I think of it. Oh, you mean like fan art? Don't feel like you have to. I really do appreciate when you guys do draw me art, but never feel like you have to, because again, I don't want you guys to ever feel like it, because it's one of those you should want to do it, I guess, but don't feel like you have to appease me, you know what I mean? I am excited for whatever you create, even if it is your own creations. Let's try to get a purple in there. Let's try to get something blue. And then a green. A little bit. Yeah. Oh, I'm drawing on the layer, that's why I was acting up. I was wondering. That is completely on me. That's why you gotta pay attention. Luckily I didn't go too far into it. Let's go back real quick. I wanna make sure I have those colors saved. Had to make sure I didn't do it again. I have that habit where I will just repeat a process 3 times. Because I am dumb. Let's see. Mary Mandrake over on YouTube says, "Hi Jax, I have a question. Was there ever anyone in thought who was against killing humans, just like Candy, who's an activist and is against killing the Plushloos?" So, yes, Candy is one of those that's like, you know, against the killing of humans, but unfortunately, it's a little too late. They are to the point of extinction in this world, and they're to the point of extinction, and they're being illegally sold and traded, so it's hard to even, like, mark where these humans have been taken, where they have gone, etc., etc. So, like, there's not, like, loud people talking about it, because it's a species that is kind of at the point of death, and then anytime people try to talk about it, people remind everyone, oh, well, technically it's the humans that wipe themselves out, so it's not any of our business because they did this to themselves, which is partially true. But that is yellow. That is not green. This one's green. So yes, there probably are some people that are very against it, but unfortunately there's not anything they can do. Just because it's the humans tried to wipe themselves out. Kat says, and this is my best friend, Sai. He's an ally. Talk, Sai. Yeah. Sai being a freaking ally, it makes sense, but like, that's why I had to put him in the back row. I was like, you get to sit back there, they get to be up here, you get to sit back there. But yeah. I'm like double checking now to make sure that I am not on the outline layer. Okay, I should probably make that purple brighter. There we go. And then again, I will go in there and like do even more color corrections and such. Just a matter of placing colors down now. That actually might be the right skin tone in the dark for him. Let's go with it for now, and then we'll move on from there. The moment I forget how his jacket and clothing are colored. Ugh. I swear I do this to myself. At least he gets a stool or something to sit on, right? Wow. So I'm like zipping all over the place. I have this habit of I like to jump from character to character and color them, but I have to not. Because he's actually a round light, so he wouldn't be as darkened just because he's got these lights coming in. So I'll have to adjust that, but that's okay. I need to pull up a reference of Dingleman. Where did I put size reference? I swear, one day I'll be good at this. One day I'll be prepared. Today is not that day. Tomorrow and the next day will probably still not be that day. But one day I'll be prepared, and then the day after I will mess up and not be prepared again. You'll see. I'll show you all. Okay. Thank you, Sonia. If I didn't have the bucket tool of of Procreate, I don't know how I would get this series done. I don't know how I get anything done for this. Those are the darker ones, aren't they? Yeah. This one's the bright one, and this one's the bright one. But those and there are the dark ones. Okay. Oh, and then this one's a different color, isn't it? That's too much. Yep. Let's go a little darker. No. Grab that. Grab this. Go a little bit darker. I think that's actually this color. And then make sure you go this one and then go a little bit up. So how's everyone's Sunday going? Any plans for the day? Just kind of relaxing? I know I have to go start getting ready to go try to figure out what to make for Sunday dinner, but so yeah, that's the dark one. Ah, 44 Games says, just relaxing for today. Honestly, that's really nice. That's really nice to hear. Sometimes you just gotta relax. Because otherwise, like, you gotta, like, prepare for the upcoming week, right? Platinum says, had an alien-themed escape room before and resting a little bit now. Ooh, how'd that go? Are we talking like xenomorph alien themed? Because that sounds awesome. Thank you so much, Mary, over on YouTube. I really appreciate it. Also, don't say it too loudly. You'll get size ego growing again. He's already got a big enough one. Platinum says, my body is weak and everything hurts now. Oh, man. That good, huh? Kat says, I'm going to head out for now. The art was looking amazing. Can't wait to see it all finished. Have a nice one, Jax. Thank you so much, Kaz. Yeah, I've got about like 10 more minutes to stream, and then I do have to hop off. But I do appreciate you hanging out. Thank you. Platinum says, yeah, that alien. There was an actor pursuing us and it was very hectic. Yeah, no, I can imagine. That's crazy. Like, that's really awesome though. That must have been scary. Especially with the Alien Isolation 2 coming out too. Like, dang. So you got to have it in real life. This can just be straight up black. Do his knife. Oh, I did it on the wrong layer, because of course I did. I've got his flats done, so then I can add it because I need to go in and add his reflection here and shade him and then highlight him. But it's good just to have the flat colors for now. Must have been hot for the actor to be in that suit though, pursuing you guys. Work on UG next because I just happen to have this color. Oop. I think it's the wrong color though. Platinum continues of, they designed the escape room like a roguelite idea. It's impossible to see everything going on, going just once or twice. There are 4 teams, max 4 people, and they have to look for alien samples doing puzzles. 70 puzzles, jeez. You would have to solve a puzzle every 20 seconds to solve all of them in a single run. The actor was sweating heavily once finished, yes. My goodness. That sounds insane. I don't know how anybody could, I don't know how anybody, like, could finish that in one fell swoop. Or one fell swoop. Hey, Lynn! Welcome in. I'm about to end in about 2 minutes, but always good to see you. Thank you so much. I'm very, very happy how this piece turned out. Is turning out. I'm still not done with it. I still got a handful of things I gotta get done, but yeah. Just kind of coloring everyone's favorite girl right now. Yeah, Sonia's, I agree, Yuji is pretty great. Platinum continues with It's Impossible. They opened this week and they had some American testers with 4,000 plus escape rooms, and they could only do 30 puzzles, one every 3 minutes or so. That's so crazy. That's awesome though. Like, I guess make it impossible. It's gonna get somebody in there who's going to be like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the impossible. What were the color of the sleeves? I think they were dark. Yes. Those were not, though. guess if you have a really good memory and go 3 to 4 times, you can remember every code and input them as soon as it starts, but that wouldn't be fun. Yeah, but you know somebody's going to do that. There's always somebody who's like, I have to have that achievement. Mary says, Yuji's my favorite character too. Vlad also was my favorite character. Yeah, I know a lot of people followed over from the original story, and you know, I do understand that, and a lot of people love Yuji and love, you know, her father. So, but that is awesome. All right, guys. So I am actually 3 minutes over. I really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me. It really does mean a lot to me, and it kind of keeps me focused and getting things done. We will be back on Tuesday, and we will be back on Tuesday. I will have Allie with us, and maybe Fishy. We just got to see how our work schedule is going, but hopefully I'll have this Pride art done before then. If not, we'll be working on it again. But yeah, I hope everyone here has a wonderful Sunday and a wonderful start to your week, as well as a wonderful end to your week. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate you. And, you know, you guys mean a lot to me. I will catch you the next time. Bye, guys.